I don't know if anybody else watches Ludwig. I watch him on the occasion, but Ludwig 2025 predictions. He basically went through and did a bunch of predictions for 2025. And I want to steal the same idea. And one of the things that he did was go through like his last year's predictions and reveal them to see which ones came true and which one didn't come true. He did it more generally for the whole world. I want to do it a bit more enclosed and do it more Spiral Knights related. So same idea, but Spiral Knights related instead. And I'm going to change these so that it's less blinding for everybody to black. I can't get rid of all of the white on the screen, but I can get rid of some. No worries. Okay. So 2025 predictions. If I can type. Also, I need to make all the text white, and I can play my music again. And maybe I'll just turn down the sounds entirely. I don't know what my plan was. Let's go back to Haven. I could have just done this before. Text white. White text. Grey Havens does nothing except ban more players. Happy New Year. I actually think Grey Havens might do something. So, one of the big things this year, which I don't know. I still don't know if this is true or not. Hey, Zeno, Happy New Year. How you doing, Zeno? Welcome to the stream. Another ban wave. Another ban wave. I think that probably is going to happen. Another ban wave, sure. One of the things that they did, there was a period where people were doing scene hopping, which if you don't know, in Spiral Knights is an exploit where you can basically set the game to teleport yourself into any room, any like existing room in the game. So instead of like, you know, loading into a normal mission, you know how at the end of the prestige mission there's that massive loot room? Imagine instead of like starting this and going to Shadowplay, you'd go into the loot room. And so you just load into a loot room, get the loot, and then repeat that. And then you just basically get infinite crowns. And there's some other things as well. There's like some other loot rooms that we don't have access to that can get you more and other things. So that's called a scene hop, which is basically going into a scene that isn't something that you should be able to access. That's been around in the games for like 10 plus years, like almost since the game has been founded, or maybe like one of the earlier updates. So it's been there for ages. And they hadn't patched it out of the game because it hadn't quite reached a problem point where it really impacted the community. I would argue that it did, but supposedly it hadn't. And this is despite, from what I understand, this is despite some players in the game, some coders who play Spiral Knights who are, you know, dedicated to the community. They've figured out what the problem is and been like, I know how to fix this. I can literally show you how to fix it. We want it fixed. Can you please fix it? This is how you fix it. And they still didn't get it fixed. But recently, after all of the recent Margril fight, boss fight, ban wave that happened, which got a few players banned out of the game, some people decided to abuse scene hopping a lot more. They created alt accounts of some well-known players, things like Watergoose, for example. They like made a spoof account of Watergoose, and then they would invite people to their party, but their party was a scene hopped party. And so you would join a random person's... This is literally why I outlined in my YouTube video, by the way. They invited random people to join their party. People join the party, it teleported them into a scene-hopped area, and then supposedly you could get banned for that. I don't think people actually did get banned, but it became a more prominent thing where there was a few users. He kept doing it back-to-back, and that went on for a couple of days. I don't know if people were around for that period, but it was a few days of doing that. So, Grey Havens finally, I think... I believe it's been confirmed from some people, but people who do like the code mods and stuff like that they actually have patched it out of the game. Now, to patch it out of the game, that requires a developer. So they rehired somebody to work on the game for a little bit. So we actually did have an update to Spiral Knights that was not just community related. It was actually something adjusted to the mechanics of the game and actually hiring a developer. Now, is that to say that they're going to actually work on anything else? Probably not, but there's maybe hope. I'm grasping onto any little thing. There's a sign that there could be something else brewing. So we might get some new changes. There might actually be an update. So I'm going to predict This was the longest spiel ever to say that Greyhaven does something. Okay, I can't say does something. It makes an update that isn't community related. And that means like it can't be community related or prize box, etc. related. So I think there's gonna be an update that's like gameplay related, or maybe they introduce something, or like a new, maybe the disc guns. We've talked about disc guns for ages, where disc guns, which is like the Mixmaster, things like that, they have a disc gun that's just a craftable one, but it hasn't been introduced into the game. Maybe they'll actually make that. I doubt that, because I think that's one of their highest incoming sources, but we might get like a unique weapon or something that's added into the game. That's my prediction. But I do think there'll be another bandwave as well. There's always going to be another bandwave. Let me catch up on chat. Maybe more cosmetics that never got added, like the flash sales, like with the flash sales. Yeah, but I feel like that's... I mean, I could say that, but I feel like it's not really something worth noting down. Only took him full-on community catastrophe. Yeah, exactly. Tier 4 plus Tier 5 release update, and it comes alongside craftable ore guns any day now. That's any day now. Hey, it's Lenka. Hello, Lenka. Welcome to the stream. Nice little wave emoji. New pets went. Ooh! New pets will be sick, but I'm going to predict they don't release new pets. Not in 2025, at least. I think that's going to require too much work for them. I don't think that's going to happen. Have to cope him harder, little bro. Addition of an official event calendar. I don't know if they're going to do that either. Green shards and blue shards being useless. They change an event. I can't see why they slack on telling us when stuff. Once, I don't know if you saw this. This was the most, like... In my opinion, this was pretty out of pocket. Like, how they responded to the feedback around the Cyber Monday stuff. I just want to read out a specific thing. Oh, I should actually move before I die. Bomber update. Flash sale feedback forms, no. This one, here we go. Green shards and blue shards being useless. Yeah, they'll still be useless. It'd be cool if they added the arcade gate stuff again, where you can change it. So, with the Cyber Monday event where they changed it and the community was very unhappy, basically a 10-year plus running event, which they just randomly changed a week beforehand, you'll see someone mentioned here. I'm gonna see if I can find it quickly. Prison, Excelius, yeah, here we go. So he writes, based on feedback, I don't believe that I spent hours and hours compiling feedback for boxes, so I want to help make it better for the community. I have dedicated an enormous amount of time to this game and I love it. I want to stop developing a pipe dream I still strive for. I spent tons of time going through forms, suggestions, compiling sale and box history data. Fuck, where did he write this? Every long term, I've said for a while now that I can't find it. This is... Okay, I don't know where this is. Basically, he was saying, and I know this is a thing that a few people do, they've taken time out of work because it's a yearly event. They've literally booked annual leave off of work for the event because it's a set day, which is something that I did as well. But to be fair, I was streaming, so it was a whole different thing for me. But there's a few people who do that. The response that Cronus wrote, which I think is crazy, is this. Ready? We never announced that there would be any Cyber Monday sale until my post on the 26th. I'm sorry if you made plans for it, but we did not make changes to any previously announced event. I think that's crazy. And they're like, what? It's something that happens every year. Like, what do you mean it's not an announcement? Like, you don't need to announce it. It's a community event that's been happening for the past 10 years. We would expect it to be the same. Like, it was just crazy. And this was like after Excelius was like, I'm not going to run any more community events based on like what's happened here. And I was just like this. I'm like, you can't just say, oh, I'm sorry if you made plans for it. We didn't make any changes to any. We didn't announce that there was going to be any changes. I was like, that's crazy. I think that was a wild move. Anyway, I really think their communication could be better. Sorry, I wish I had that a bit more pre-planned, because I couldn't find the exact thing, but I hope that gives you an idea of how they responded. Would be sick if they got better servers with how they would do that. That would be great. Bomber update, friendly fire update, or that free-for-all arena Coliseum game mode, please. That would be cool. We didn't announce Christmas would be happening until the 24th. I'm sorry if you made plans for it, but we didn't say anything about it previously. Yeah. Something that they have been doing as well, I don't know if you guys saw this, with the recent events, like the Christmas event, you know how there's like tokens? I don't know if I still have them. I should have them here. Yeah, Frozen Winterfish tokens. These ones, this year when it came out, it expired when you first could grind the event. It expired within a day. So you could only grind the event for a day when it first drops. It was like December 14th or whatever. You play the event and then the tokens expire the next day, when it should be lasting like the entire event period. I expect they're going to make more mistakes like that. I reckon they're going to do that for like another like 3 events are skipped, or there is miscommunication around expiration dates, etc. Another thing I'll say is, let's say 5 announcements have typos. That's another funny thing that they do. They just copy and paste the announcement post sometimes, and then there'll just be typos or things don't line up at all. I reckon, like, this is insane, but I reckon throughout the whole of 2025, maybe 5 is too much. I'll do 3 again. 3 announcements will have typos. And I think 3 events are skipped. By the way, Apocria got skipped this year. We were meant to have Apocria like 2 months ago. It was meant to go Halloween event, Apocria, and then Christmas event. We just went Halloween event, Christmas event. There was no Apocria. We're out of schedule. What happened to Apocria? We want to know. I think they got scared after the Margaret. Like, they did Black Cat, and then there was the issues with the Black Cat event. So I think they were maybe hesitant to do a new event until after they fixed it. So hopefully we get... But yeah, Apocrypha's gone. We just missed out on that. I'm not sensing much optimism. Yeah, neither am I. Installing Spiral Knights just installs Puzzle Pirates starting tomorrow. Oh, please no. What were the issues with the Black Cat event? Basically, they thought that you couldn't run the Black Cat boss outside of the event time, which you can, and so people got items that they thought they weren't able to get, and so they banned players because of that. Yeah, so I think they postponed Apocrypha. I'm guessing they postponed Apocrypha for that reason. I could be wrong, but yeah, we were meant to get Apocrypha earlier this year, but we didn't. This is maybe a bit of a weirder one. I think Spiral Knights in 2025, there will be a video. A Spiral Knights video hits 10k views. That's a little conservative, maybe. But outside of the death of a game review recently, I don't think Spiral Knights has been getting much at all. Oh, is my internet dead again? Stream? Stream seems fine. Sorry, not that. View count. Josh Drive have Spiral Knights video? There was one. 15 years ago, death of game. So 2 years ago. Let's go down, far down to like the 10k mark. Closer down here. Is any of these within the past couple of years? 9 years, 13, 12 years, 13, 12 years, 13. 12 years, 13. Is so many are just like OSTs. 13 years ago, 12 years ago. Oh god. There's a lot around this barrier. 13 years ago, 7 years ago. 2 years ago, 17k views. That's pretty good. This game is dead. Oh, is this a bad thing? Should I not be doing this? All of my predictions are just doom. 12 years, 9 years, 8 years, 7 years ago. Oh, brother. 3 years ago, Fish McClicky, 14k. 14k 2 years ago. Okay, 10k is probably doable. Should we say, let's say 15,000 views. Because Anything above 15 seems to be like 4 years plus. I guess 2 years ago, the 2024 one. Oof. Do I bump it up to 20k? A Spiral Knights video released in 2025. Released in 2025? If it's released in 2025, it needs more time. So I reckon 10k is fair for a 2025 video. Spiral Knights released in 25. Spiral Knights video released in 2025 hits 10k views. I think that's... how do you guys feel about that prediction? I feel like that might happen. Check Shingo Beats 69's channel. I have a bad feeling about this.
Hey there.
What? Catalyzer! 2,000 views. What did this guy do about Catalyzer? Everybody loves Catalyzer. He has one Spiral Knights video and his Street Fighter videos do well. His Spiral Knights video did 2k. That's still decent for Spiral Knights, but sad. Just Drive hates releases a Spiral Knights video and the game gets a mini research for a few days that results in the servers being even worse for a bit. Just make more Spiral Knights fanboy thirst traps, you get there eventually. Lord knows the algorithm grab that shit. Yeah, I just need to do more of those. Okay, moving on. What's another thing that's Spiral Knights related? Do I bet that Water Goose gets banned again? I feel like he won't be. But surely there's going to be another like prominent Spiral Knights player who gets banned, for sure. Or probably not Water Goose. This is going to be crazy. Playbase hits peak within the past 4 years. I think the playbase is going to spike at one point in this year, and it's gonna peak higher than it ever has in the past 4 years in 2025. It's either I'm full doomer or I'm going copium, and I think we're hitting the copium right now. I say past 4 years because if I go too far back, we're going into COVID territory. We'd even say past 3 years maybe to avoid COVID bump, because COVID actually had a pretty decent bump in playbase. Someone gets richer than Water Goose. How am I going to fact check that though? Okay, this one I can get behind. Gee, you know what? The Goose Caboose has a coup. I actually think that might happen. The Goose Caboose has a coup. Internal falling apart. I'm not saying I wish it on them. I'm just saying it is probably going to happen based on how a lot of guilds go in Spiral Knights. If they do advertising, get better service will be possible. Yeah, but they're just not going to do that. They just aren't. Another thing I was thinking about, I don't know if you guys have heard about the community servers. So people are basically recreating the game using old like 2010 files, because that's what they have full access to create a private server of Spiral Knights. What are the chances the private servers get released this year? Do we think it's going to happen this year or like another 2 years? They said something recently. I'm going to have to hide my screen for this one, I think. You think it will happen? I swear they said in an announcement post that they are closer than we might expect. I'm reading the announcements. Okay, they don't have an announcement, never mind. But they did say that they have a teaser prepared for us soon, apparently. So It actually might be coming out relatively soon. I feel like it's not going to be released this year. I'm going to say no community private server released this year. I reckon it'll be like 2 years. Steam charts say Spiral Knights peaked 374.4 daily average players April 2020. Damn, 374 daily. Apology event after messing up 2 other events will peak the player base at 400 or so. Do you think Grey Havens... Oh, that's a good one. Grey Havens doesn't apologize for anything. And I just... From how they've done things in the past, I don't think they're going to apologize in an announcement. Announcements-wise. Easiest to predict. Surely this one is true. Private servers would get DMCA'd for sure. I think they would, but maybe they're finding a way around it. I don't know. Maybe they like do something slightly different to Spiral Knights, change some of the assets or something so that it's less Spiral Knightsy. I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna get around that because yeah. As far as I know, the private servers, they're like waiting for Spiral Knights to die fully, then they can actually release the private ones. When do they ever apologize? Exactly. Once there's like 15 people online. What do you think? I think this is going to happen. I think Cyber Monday next year, this year, 2025, is going to change again. I reckon, I think they're going to walk back something. If it's not Cyber Monday, they're going to introduce like some community event. Because I think there's been so much like shit on them not doing something. Ekna! Yes, Ekna! Guildhall boxes return, please! I'm just manifesting that one. That one I just hope becomes true. They won't change it. If they do it, it's the same as admitting they were wrong. I don't know. I feel like they're not going to revert it, but I think they will change it again. I think they will adjust something. Like, more items, maybe, on the Supply Depot this year, compared to last year, because last year's was pretty lackluster in terms of Supply Depot items. Like, they had decent items, but not that many. They're gonna double down. It's the Grey Havens way. Mist Gates return, please, no. Lift Pass return. The Arsenal podcast returns. Dude, that is a throwback and a half. What the hell? Did anyone listen to this? I feel like I remember it coming out. I don't know if I actually watched any of it. How did I write Arsenal? What? Okay. This is not Spiral Knights related. This is a deep cut, dude. Holy. The Arsenal podcast 9 years ago. What did they even talk about? I gotta see some of this.
I'm scared. He's doing it, and I'm scared.
Too late. We're already gonna get spoiled. No.
Oh god, the quality is so bad.
Oh man, look at all these.
Oh, it's my fault.
Things.
Glacies, Sir Green something quote. I think I've seen quote before, like recently.
Which weapons to use.
I don't know the rest of these people though.
Oh, there's heat.
No.
I haven't seen this since the tutorial level.
This is cute though. Wait, but this isn't the podcast. Episode 101? How many do they do? Holy shit. I'm so invested. What is this? Okay.
You're listening to The Arsenal, a Spiral Knights podcast hosted by Lord Hood, Lazarus Clay.
This is sick.
Episode 87, recorded on July 27th, 2014.
It wasn't that bad of views either. 400 views.
Dat enunciation. I'm
59.
Ledison Sclay, and welcome to the Arsenal, a podcast where we talk about Spiral Knights. And
New Grand Song.
in the words of Ender Necro in the livestream chat, who are the guests this week?
Moo.
Hi,
Hi, I am guest.
Hi, I am guest 2. 2.
Endo Necro, by the way, what a name.
I
Yeah.
forgot a S. Ender Necro. Okay.
Okay.
Yep, that's about it. It did
Nice.
not.
I will say they actually had pretty decent production. Like I'm kind of impressed. They've got an intro that it's like decent sounding. It's not too bad. I'm dying of cringe. Stop. Okay, well, fuck you, Gino. What if I start a Spiral Knights podcast, huh? Don't be a hater. Okay, I don't think that. Okay, this is an easy one, but the Arsenal podcast does not return. I don't think it's happening. It'd be really cool if it does. I think that'd be sick. They should do like a couple episodes. Like just do 4 episodes, like once a quarter episode. You could get the Arsenal podcast on iTunes. That's crazy. Hello, Kev. Aqua Kev. Nice to see you again. Happy New Year. I hope you had some good holidays, buddy. This was back when Dreams and Nightmares first came out. Yeah, 19 years ago. So long. We're going through some 2025 Spiral Knights predictions. Do you have anything on this list that you think will happen? Predictions. 19 years ago? What did I say? I don't know what I said. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I could really think about. I think, okay, here's a good one. I don't know how easy it's going to be to track this, but the energy market crashes below 3k crowns at one point. Thoughts? I'm just hoping it doesn't go up. If it crashes, that's fine. Predictions, how about another chaotic bandwave, or did we have that? It's right at the start. That's number 1. If it does, I'm logging on and buying everything. Yeah, this is what we need to bring players back. That'd be crazy. What have we got? All right, let's go through. So we've got 14 predictions. We've got another bandwave. Grey Heavens makes an update that isn't community related or prize box related. That's so copium. They don't release new pets. That's, yeah, pretty guaranteed. 3 events are skipped or there's miscommunication around expiration dates. I think that's a fun one. 3 announcements have typos. I reckon that's guaranteed. A Spiral Knights video released in 2025 hits 10k views. And we're going to make it happen, baby. Playbase hits peak within the past 3 years. That is also cope. But if they release an update, not cope. The Goose Caboose, the guild, has a coup, an internal falling apart. Big Sag. So many guilds have fallen apart to this, but I feel like it's too early for them. I feel like give them like 3 years. No community private server is released this year. Yeah, I reckon that's probably going to be the case. Grey Heavens doesn't apologize for anything, announcements-wise, yeah. They might apologize in like a reply or like a support ticket. Cyber Monday is going to change again. I really do think this is going to happen. Guildhall boxes return, please. This is just full copium. That's not happening. The Arsenal podcast does not return, though it should. It should, though. Fuck you, Gino, for saying they're cringy. Come on. Respect the Spiral Knights community. The energy market crashes below 3k crowns at one point. That's a pretty good mix. What about energy? MTX price increase due to inflation. What if we do like an item on the auction house sells for above 100 mil? Do you reckon it can happen? What's like the highest? I feel like highest recently has been like 40 mil, and that's maybe like a mixer or something. I don't know, 100 mil might be too much. 50 mil. Let's change from an item. Let's say a featured auction. Because that's a lot easier to track. I don't know if I can track the other one. You can't make me feign Joe has ruined it forever. Oof. That sounds like you actually did watch the podcast. See, I don't even watch it. So I don't know. Chat is over your predictions. I am so stupid. Thank you. Yeah, someone should have said that earlier. Come on, guys. A free Arsenal podcast. 2,147 million. 2 billion. Holy shit. If someone really rare comes, I could see it. Something really good. It was Snarb Pet. Snarb Pet went for 40 million? Jesus, for Snarb Pet? Prismatic Black Cat set drops. Ooh! That'd be so cool. You typoed predictions, by the way. You know what? Fuck you. Thank you. Sorry. I didn't mean it, Zito. Thank you. I appreciate it. I need to be held accountable. Okay. We've got 15 predictions. I feel like that's a good point to stop at. I reckon that's pretty decent. What I'm gonna do is, let's say prismatic tech accessories. I mean, I could add more, but I kind of want to stop at 15 because it feels like the right amount. I'm gonna grade this out, and then I'm gonna make the text black, and then that way. Wait, what's the easiest way to like uncover cover? Yeah, I go black text, and then when we reveal them, we go back to white, and then we can reveal it, and then we can be like, did it happen? And then have like a column like that. Right? So then we reveal them one by one. But for now, and for the future, it's blocked. 2025 predictions. Done. So can you make your custom... So you can make your custom Edgelord costume. Dude, the Black Hat set is just so hard to work with. Sweet! Alright, I think that's pretty good for predictions. Thanks for hanging out, everyone.